Welcome to the City Center podcast from West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm Jerry Marcello. The battle against greenhouse gas emissions and the threats they pose is considered a global issue. And for good reason. There's no corner of the globe that is completely untouched by the accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. While the effects span the globe, the solution may come down to individual towns and cities and what they do to conserve resources and keep pollution in check. The city of West Palm Beach is hard at work trying to educate residents and implement solutions that could keep the planet healthy for decades to come. Joining me today to talk about it is Lara Shlyapina, Sustainability Program Coordinator for the city of West Palm Beach. Lara, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jerry, for having me here today.
Okay, so Lara, we're going to start with some basics. West Palm Beach is very aware of the existence of greenhouse gas. Everyone's heard the term, but I don't think a lot of people really understand what it is and how this gas is causing what we believe to be global warming. Tell us how it all works.
Okay, so let's start. What is greenhouse gases? This is 7 different gases. I'm not going to go to details. The main is, which we're focusing, is carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane. And where are they coming from? It's from the human activities, such as transportation, building, it's heating and cooling, and the waste. So also from agriculture, but those ones less. So those are main sources of excess carbon pollution.
Okay. So, and then how are they connected to the increase? I mean, we're all seeing it. The summers are getting hotter. Hurricanes are more powerful. All this seems to be connected to this global warming. How does a gas like methane have an impact on warming the globe?
So basically, when we doing after, let's say, industrial revolution, we start burning coal and gas and oil and, starting all the activities, all of these gases, they goes to the atmosphere, and some of them not disappearing, they stay for over 100 years. And they think of it as a blanket, which just covers the planet and heating it. So while that happening, the climate, weather patterns, which is climate, they shifting, they changing. So we know that trees and ocean, they work as a sponge. They take this carbon excess emission from the atmosphere, but humans produce so much emissions, so they are not able to cope with that.
So essentially, these gases form like a quilt. They keep heat that would normally escape into, I guess, space or at least the upper atmosphere, that keeps it close to the earth, and that's what's really causing our temperatures to slowly climb up.
Absolutely. It's a radiation. So the heat goes to the planet. Some of it goes back. And because of the gases, not all of it can go through that blanket, and it stays and warming the planet.
Okay, so we see the problem. It's global. It's everywhere.
Absolutely.
What are some solutions that we can be working towards?
Solutions are everywhere. So solutions number one, it's the global decarbonization. Basically, think about it as everything you do, it's have to be better way. For example, driving, you can use the car, which is electric vehicle, EV, which doesn't produce the carbon dioxide, right? Buildings could be built by new standards, which using less energy, less water. It's the circular economy. Everything you produce, you don't throw away. It goes back to the economy.
Right.
It's a lot of this. Our solutions are here.
They're here. So conservation, recycling, reusing materials over and over and over again, so they don't become a waste product. And then also, as you mentioned, transportation. Obviously, cars create a lot of the emissions that we're concerned about, and using public transportation, just human power to get around is part of the solution. So, but these seem to be very large scale sort of projects. What can residents do? What can the city of West Palm Beach do to really contribute to minimizing global warming?
Yes, it is global, and city on one level doing. We do have transportation and mobility manager, which working on public transportation in the city of West Palm Beach to become electric instead of the trolley. On our side, we do have different programs helping residents to save on, and because it's not only renewables, it's also about energy efficiency and water efficiency, because to produce water you need energy. So starting with basic behavioral changes to the small solution, then building on this little bigger solution, and then in the end it's renewables. That's sort of the route.
It seems to me what you're saying is that a lot of what we're looking for is to educate people to some of the solutions, some of the processes, some of the habits that we currently have that we probably should modify so that we're using less fossil fuels and, walking and biking instead of jumping in our car. The city is indeed as a very robust system for public transportation, and it's getting stronger and more widespread every day. When you get down to individual homeowners and people who live in the city, what sort of programs, what sort of resources can the city offer a resident so that they can make their house more sustainable as we go forward?
It's a great question, and one of these programs I actually lead, the program called Home Improvement Program. It's basic step, it's the beginning of the journey of saving energy and water at home, and you build from this program. It's a basic steps. So during the program, it's a workshop. So it's 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, depending on the group we have in the workshop sessions. And we talk about simple solution like behavior change, and also we give away items which help them right away start saving on the energy. So basically they save the energy, and they also help themselves to reduce the bills. They help in future generation,
Right.
and they have an overall global program to tackle that.
What sort of things are we talking about here?
We're talking about we're giving away LED light bulbs, weather stripping, smart power strip to cut the energy from the computers, and then the second part is the water conservation and water efficiency. So we talk about reduction of water through fluoride, changing your shower head to the efficient one, the toilets you can, and also outdoor, what can they do for the irrigation. And while we're talking about it, city has, my colleagues run two great programs.
Tell us.
One is toilet credit program, which City of West Palm Beach Office of Sustainability will give you up to 125 toilet credit for 2 of the toilets. So basically, you need to be City of West Palm Beach resident, you need to be water customer, you need to be an owner. You can go and buy efficient toilet, which is 1.28 gallons per flush, and we will credit it to your water bill. That's fantastic.
That's really great.
So
You just to jump aside, 1.8 gallons of water.
1.28.
1.28. What does an old toilet usually?
So prior 1995,
Yeah.
it used to be old standards, and it's 3.5 gallons per minute, or per flash.
Yeah.
So basically, if you think about you taking shower once a day, every day, hopefully 10 minutes, right? Just think about it. And you're using 3.5 gallon a minute, so it's 35 gallon for one person shower, right?
Wow, okay.
You switch that shower head to the efficient, which is 1.2, meaning you're using only 12 gallons of water per one shower. So it multiplies.
It multiplies, and you're saving water, and you're saving money.
Absolutely. So the small things like that I'm teaching through this program.
Right.
So it's a basic step.
That's cool. So all these things go into the home, and not only are you changing things inside the home, you're helping the resident to think about how they use resources, and that's a really big part of what you do.
Yes.
So we have an entire department here at the city, the Office of Sustainability, that is involved in things that are, first of all, to help conserve our natural resources, but also to educate people. There are lots of different programs. We've talked about several right now. What other programs can we get people involved in to save money, to save resources, and to also help with global warming?
Well, we have, as you mentioned, whole entire department, and each one of us have dedicated area which we focus in. We do have our biggest event coming up. It's on April 6th, and it's called E4 Green and Wellness Expo, to start and celebrate the Earth Month and Earth Days. It's April 22nd, so we do have its expo of varieties of different programs and sources we have. So we encourage everyone to come to Cox Science Center on this day, and we'll be giving away resources, giving away the information, and it's going to be 50% off for the city residents on this day.
Neat. So basically people can come and learn and actually sort of see things like electric cars and energy saving products that are at the expo.
Absolutely. So another programs we do have, as you mentioned, electric cars. We do have. Usually it's in September. It's called Drive Electric. So that is expo to showcase different variety of it. We did it in partnership with Science Center as well. So it's outside. So that is specific. So our office has a lot of different resources. We do have specific on the wild flowers, on the vegan, and what can you do, how can you reduce irrigation retrofit, nature trees, rain barrel.
Wow.
We have a lot of opportunities for people.
That's fantastic. And people can learn more about it by going to the city website. And if I'm not mistaken, it's WPB.org/sustainability.
Or green.
Or green. Well, that's a lot easier than sustainability. Go and what other ways can people get in touch with you?
I also, yes, they can go on our website. We do have social media. We have Instagram, Facebook. They can call us as well. So we are available for any of those questions. It's another thing I want to come back, and it's important thing that we were talking about the program I usually run. So my program, it's 3 parts. And usually the third part is the most important because it talks about the solutions. And this is where we start what City of West Palm Beach can offer. And I already mentioned we can offer toilet program, irrigation pilot program, different trees, rain barrels, and home improvement. But also it is federal tax credits, federal programs, county programs, which I want to, just a little bit touch on.
Yeah, please. Let's talk about it.
So we know that it is basically, it's called Inflation Reduction Act, in short IRA, which been passed a year ago. And in this IRA, we have a lot of resources which, companies and residents can utilize, such as they could take advantage of the tax credits for any energy efficiency. For example, if they planning to do new windows or doors, which more efficient, or AC or things like that, new fridges, anything what could help them save, money, more efficient things, they could take up to 30% of the cost.
Wow.
So they need to file form. Then, for example, this year they bought it, and the next year when they file in the tax return, they need to file a special form.
And you'll help them know what that form is and all that.
I do pass along the resources. I talk about also for people who struggling with their bills. The county has a program who can help with the bills. There is a federal program for low-income people who they can utilize. I'm talking about all of these different credits. And Also, electric vehicles, EV as we call them. You can take up to 7,500 from the dealership now. I know it's still not so affordable, but it's getting there.
Right.
So I'm just giving the people information where to go, what else they can do, and how, in general, be more aware. So they helping themselves and also everyone's around them.
It's a win-win. Not only do you put money back into your pocket, you're also contributing to the health of our community and the world. So that's really, really great. What other things do we need to talk about?
I just want to encourage everyone to, to come and join our programs and to be more aware and to be more interested, stay aware, and like my boss say, what with your dollars. So when you trying to buy something, just turn around and see what is it made of or where is it came from.
Right. Oh, and the one thing I would like to do, I always like to close with this, is that we have the opportunity here. We have an audience who's listening in. They're obviously interested in what we're talking about here. If you had the opportunity to deliver one important message to the residents of West Palm Beach about all the things that you do, what would that message be?
We all have only one planet. So we all live on planet Earth. So we need to do anything and everything possible to stabilize the climate on our planet. And the ways to do it is here. The solutions are here. We all in it together. And we are trying to provide, different programs and solutions. Because if we all will do it, we'll win, we'll tackle that.
Absolutely. Lara, thank you for joining us, and thanks to the entire team in the Sustainability Department for everything you do for the city.
Thank you, Jerry.
And thank you for listening to this podcast, direct from City Hall in West Palm Beach, Florida. We hope you've enjoyed our conversation today. And if you did, please subscribe and tell your friends we're here. We also want to hear from you. Tell us what topics you'd like to know more about. Just drop us a note at podcast@WPB.org. The City Center Podcast is a production of the City of West Palm Beach Communications Department. I'm Jerry Marcello. We'll see you next time.